Russian command post hit in Belgorod region. Putin is ready to discuss freezing war and ceasefire with Trump, and how encirclement of Kurakhovo could deepen as fog of war descends. The latest news next. Andriy Kovalenko, head of the Center of Countering Disinformation under Ukraine's National Security and Defense Council, has commented on the US Embassy's warning about a possible missile threat from Russia. This warning is fully justified, given Russia's month-long accumulation of missile stockpiles.
Russians have been stockpiling missiles for a series of strikes on Ukraine over several months. This includes Kh-101 missiles, which they continue to produce, as well as Kalibr and ballistic missiles.
The head of the Center for Countering Disinformation also explained that Russia's aviation and missile reserves at strategic airfields and depots are in a state of readiness. In addition, naval vessels could be involved in potential airstrikes.
Accordingly, this must be understood and kept in mind. Authorities need to plan security measures, and citizens should respond promptly to air raid alerts.
In the city of Gubkin, Belgorod region, Russia, the command post of the Sever North military group was hit. Witnesses observed thick black smoke following the strike, reports Ukraine's Defense Intelligence, GUR. Ukraine's Defense Intelligence stated, in the city of Gubkin, Belgorod region, the command post of the Sever military group of the Russian occupation army was successfully hit. Residents of Gubkin observed thick black smoke, smelled it, and heard loud explosion sounds. As of today, much of the matter of ending the war depends on Vladimir Putin. However, it depends even more on the United States, as the Russian president dictator is weaker than Donald Trump and America, says Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky in his interview with Fox News. Specifically, the journalist asked the head of state whether Putin was the one who could decide to end the war in Ukraine. In response, Zelensky said this is indeed the case, but the role of the United States is even greater, since the Kremlin leader is weaker than America.
I'm sure that, as of today, it depends on Putin, really a lot. He can do that. He can be willing and end this war. But it also depends on the United States of America much more. Putin is weaker than the United States of America.
The Ukrainian leader explained his stance by noting that the US president has strength, authority, weapons, and the ability to lower energy prices. Speaking on this later factor, Zelensky issued an appeal to US President-elect Donald Trump, who will officially take office in 2 months on January 20, 2025.
By the way, I heard the signal in the media from President Trump that he is thinking of decreasing the prices for energy resources, for oil, and it is needed to be done.
The journalist then asked the president whether he hoped Trump could influence Putin to end the war. To this, the Ukrainian leader partially reiterated his previous point, saying it would not be easy, but the newly elected president and the United States are stronger than Vladimir Putin.
It will not be simple, but I think if to use all the issues that the United States has, yes, he can. Because he is much stronger than Putin. He's stronger. The United States is stronger. Economy is stronger. The United States has a very big influence.
Russian officials have said that Russian ruler dictator Vladimir Putin is open to discussing a ceasefire agreement in Ukraine with Donald Trump, but rules out the liberation of occupied territories and insists that Ukraine abandon its NATO aspirations. Reported by Reuters, citing 5 sources familiar with the Kremlin's opinion about details. In the first detailed report on what Putin would accept in any Trump-brokered deal, 5 current and former Russian officials said the Kremlin could broadly agree to a ceasefire along the line of contact. According to 3 of the sources who wished to remain anonymous to discuss sensitive issues, there may be room for negotiations on the exact division of 4 eastern regions: Donetsk, Luhansk, Zaporizhia, and Kherson. Moscow claims that these 4 regions are part of Russia. Nevertheless, 2 Russian officials have said that Russia might be open to withdrawing troops from the relatively small areas of the territory it holds in Kharkiv and Mykolaiv regions. 2 sources said that US President Joe Biden's decision to allow Ukraine to launch US ATACMS missiles deep into Russia could complicate and delay any settlement and increase Moscow's demands. Both sources stated that if a ceasefire is not agreed, Russia will continue to fight.
Putin has already said that freezing the conflict will not work in any way. And the missile authorization is a very dangerous escalation on the part of the United States.
About more details, in total, Russia has seized more than 110,000 square kilometers of Ukrainian territory. Ukraine owns about 650 square kilometers of Russia-Kursk region. One source said that Putin might sell the ceasefire agreement within Russia, which left Russia holding most of Donetsk, Luhansk, Zaporizhia, and Kherson regions, and preserving the land bridge to Crimea as a victory. All those Russian officials claim that the future of Crimea itself is not up for discussion. One official, a senior source familiar with top-level discussions in the Kremlin, said the West would have to accept the harsh truth that all the support it had given Ukraine had failed to prevent Russia from winning the war. The situation in the area of Kurakhovo could soon plunge into the fog of war, a scenario previously observed with Vuhledar and Selidova. RBK Ukraine reported in the material titled "No Respite for Ukraine," how Russia's winter offensive could play out on what's next for Kursk front. According to military expert Vladislav Seleznov, the Ukrainian army may soon begin regard battles to ensure the withdrawal of main forces from Kurakhovo.
There are virtually no options for holding the Kurakhovo garrison. If we weigh the importance of saving lives versus holding territory, saving lives should be the priority. The longer we wait, the more complicated logistics become.
He also predicts that the situation around Kurakhovo could soon be shrouded in the fog of war, similar to what happened with Vuhledar and Selidova. Even deploying significant reinforcements to this area is unlikely to change the situation, he added. That's all for today. Thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe.